Hoki Doki Summertime, storybooks brought to life.
Once upon a time, there were two little pigs named Hoki and Doki. They loved summer holidays and couldn't wait for the school year to end so they could have some fun in the sun. Hoki and Doki wanted to visit the beach, go on a roller coaster ride, and have a picnic in the park. They wrote down their plans on a piece of paper and counted the days until their summer holiday began. The first day of summer finally arrived, and Hoki and Doki woke up early with excitement. They put on their swimsuits, packed their beach bag with sunscreen and towels, and headed to the beach. The beach was filled with happy families and friends enjoying the warm sun and the cool ocean waves. Hoki and Doki ran towards the water and splashed around in the waves. They built sand castles and collected seashells, and even went surfing. As the sun began to set, Hoki and Doki lay on their towels and watched the beautiful colors of the sky. They felt happy and content, knowing that they still had many adventures to come. The next day, Hoki and Doki went to the amusement park. They wanted to ride the biggest and scariest roller coaster they could find. They put on their brave faces and got in line for the ride. The roller coaster was fast and scary, and Hoki and Doki screamed and held on tight as they went through twists and turns. When the ride was over, they felt dizzy but happy that they had conquered their fear. They spent the rest of the day trying other rides, playing games, and eating cotton candy. Hoki won a stuffed animal for Doki, and they both went home with big smiles on their faces. On the third day, Hoki and Doki decided to have a picnic in the park. They made sandwiches, fruit salad, and lemonade, and packed a blanket and some books to read. When they arrived at the park, they found a quiet spot under a big tree and laid out their blanket. They ate their sandwiches and sipped on their lemonade while listening to the birds singing in the trees. After their picnic, they read their books and played a game of catch. They saw some other children playing frisbee and joined in on the fun. They ended up making some new friends and spent the rest of the day playing together. The last day of summer holiday arrived, and Hoki and Doki were sad that their adventures had come to an end. They decided to make the most of their last day by going to the outdoor ice cream truck and trying every flavor they had. They ate banana split, chocolate fudge, and strawberry shortcake ice cream, and even tried a few flavors they had never heard of before. They laughed and enjoyed their sweet treats, knowing that they had made the most of their summer holiday.
Friends, the story of two pigs and their friend Molly.
Hoki and Doki were two little pigs who lived in a cozy little cottage at the edge of the forest. They were brothers and did everything together. One day, as they were wandering around in the forest, they met a little girl named Molly. Molly was a sweet and cheerful girl who loved to play with animals. Hoki and Doki were a bit hesitant at first, but Molly's kind and friendly nature soon won them over. They played together for hours and had so much fun that they decided to meet up again the next day. The next day, Hoki and Doki were excited to meet Molly again. They had planned a picnic near the forest, and Molly had brought along some yummy treats. They sat on a blanket under a big oak tree and enjoyed their snacks while chatting and laughing. Suddenly, they heard a rustling sound in the bushes nearby. Hoki and Doki were a bit scared, but Molly reassured them that it was just a harmless rabbit. They all laughed and continued to enjoy their picnic. After the picnic, Hoki and Doki realized that they had left their favorite basket behind. They searched everywhere, but it was nowhere to be found. Molly suggested that they ask their animal friends for help. They went around the forest, asking the birds, squirrels, and rabbits if they had seen the basket.
Have you seen our basket?
She asked. Finally, they found the basket near a little stream. It had fallen into the water, and the current had carried it downstream. Molly helped Hoki and Doki retrieve the basket, and they were all relieved to have found it. The weather was hot, and Hoki and Doki wanted to go for a swim. Molly suggested that they go to the beach. They packed their things and hopped into Molly's wagon. As soon as they arrived at the beach, they were thrilled to see the sparkling water and the soft sand. They played in the water, built sandcastles, and had a great time. One day, Hoki and Doki decided to throw a surprise party for Molly. They wanted to show her how much they appreciated her friendship. They decorated their little cottage with balloons and streamers and baked a cake. Molly arrived at their door, surprised and delighted to see the party. They sang and danced and ate cake until late into the night. It was a wonderful celebration of their friendship. And they all went to bed with happy hearts as they are looking forward to many more adventures together.
Brothers. The story of two brothers Hoki and Doki.
Once upon a time, there were two little pig brothers named Hoki and Doki. Hoki was the older brother, and Doki was the younger one. They were the best of friends and loved to play together all day long. They would run, jump, and play games in the park, and they were always up for a new adventure. One day, they decided to explore the forest that was just beyond the field. They set out on their adventure, eager to see what lay ahead. As they walked deeper into the forest, they came across a small stream. The stream was very shallow, and they could see small fish swimming around in the clear water. Hoki and Doki were fascinated, and they spent a long time watching the fish swim. After a while, they continued on their journey, and they came across a large tree. The tree was so big that they couldn't see the top of it. Hoki and Doki decided to climb the tree to see what was at the top. It was a long climb, but they didn't give up. When they finally reached the top, they could see the whole forest stretching out before them. They felt like they were on top of the world. Suddenly, a loud noise broke the peaceful silence. It sounded like a growling animal, and Hoki and Doki were scared. They quickly climbed back down the tree and ran as fast as they could. As they ran, they realized that they had gotten lost. They didn't know how to get back to the field. They started to feel very scared and alone. But then they remembered something their mother had told them. She said that if they ever got lost, they should follow the sound of the stream. So, they listened carefully, and sure enough, they could hear the sound of the stream in the distance. They followed the sound of the stream, and soon enough, they were back in the field. They were so relieved and happy to be home. After their adventure in the forest, Hoki and Doki realized how important their family was. They ran to their mother and father, telling them all about their adventure. Their parents listened carefully, and they were so happy to see their boys safe and sound.
Bye for now, and we hope you love Hoki Doki Adventures. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to like and subscribe.